This is Sean McVeigh with Sean's Outdoor Adventures. I'm holding a can of Nose Jammer. In this video, I'm going to talk about, does Nose Jammer actually work? I'm going to take you on a hunt with me, and I ended up using Nose Jammer, and you're going to get to see firsthand what happened when I used Nose Jammer. How did the deer react? Did it ruin my hunt? Did it help my hunt? Let's find out. Today is Sunday, October 6th. It is 4 in the afternoon. We just had the pressure system or weather system move through. So the temperature went up, got pretty hot for a few days, and then we had some storms for a couple days. And today it's calm and no rain. The deer are moving. It's 4 in the afternoon. I would like to be set up already, but I had to wait till my wife got home so I could hand off the kids and get out hunting. I saw a doe in a field on the way here, so I know the deer are up, some of them. So I'll probably be bumping some deer around on the way in. There's 2 trucks in the parking area of this public land. I'm 2/10 of a mile from the spot. I'm gonna start filming some of the scrapes. It rained heavy the last 2 days, but this is still a fairly new scrape. Folks, in this situation, I had doe come into me, and when they got a whiff of the nose jammer, they came into the tree and were sniffing around and trying to get a better idea of what they were smelling. So this is something you need to keep in mind. Deer are very curious animals, especially does and young deer. However, when a buck gets older, that curiosity turns into caution. So this brought deer close to me, but I think it would scare off a buck, a wise old buck. If you're hunting for a big old buck, I don't know that this is going to make that happen for you. The other thing that's a challenge is, being that it brought the deer right under me, I was pegged against a tree. I couldn't move. If I was in a situation where I had all these does sniffing around me and a good buck was going by, I probably wouldn't have gotten the shot off, because if I moved to get my bow, I would have spooked him. Now, I forgot to mention this. The very first deer that came by circled downwind. She didn't actually come to the tree. She stayed out about 7 yards away, circled around, and she got out of my sight. And I thought she had moved on. I waited a few minutes, and then I went to reach for my phone to text my wife to tell her, hey, I just had a deer go by, because she likes updates. And when I did this, the deer was probably looking at me, because it then took off running and began snorting. So it snorted, ran down through the woods. Now, that was very early on. That was around 5 o'clock, a little after 5. So the main deer movement didn't start till about 6:20. And so there was enough time lag that other deer maybe didn't hear that snorting going on and still came through later in the hunt. So that worked out for me. So in conclusion, does nose jammer work? I would say I don't know if those deer would have spooked if they would have got a whiff of my normal scent. I don't know. I do know that they were curious from the nose jammer. They didn't spook and run off. However, it made the hunt very difficult and brought them right under my tree. They were sniffing around. They smelled where I walked. They followed my tracks out of the woods, out of my area. So I'm not going to go back and hunt that spot for a while. I'm going to let the deer kind of reacclimate to no one being there. In situations like that, the wind was supposed to be a west wind. I was getting a northeast wind, which was ruining the spot, which is why I gave this a try. And I still saw deer, and it didn't totally spook them off. It does make for some challenges, though. If you wanted to incorporate this into your plan, I mentioned this to a buddy of mine. He's been doing it all summer. He set up a ground blind, sprayed the ground blind with the nose jammer, so that the deer get used to that smell all summer, and every time they go in that area, they smell this. So now when he goes to hunt it, he's going to spray down with the nose jammer. They're going to be used to that smell in that area, so when they come into it, they won't think anything different. In this hunt, I was hunting public land, and so that wasn't the case. It was a brand new smell. They weren't sure what to make of it. The scripture verse for this video in the bow giveaway, I'm giving away Mathews Vertex or Traverse, you pick. I'm giving away an XOP tree stand and a Sharpple broadhead sharpener. So the scripture verse is Mark chapter 6, verses 7 through 13. Mark 6, 7 through 13. I hope this has answered some questions for you regarding the nose jammer, whether it works or not. Just keep those things in mind. And if you're planning to hunt on the ground, those deer are going to come walking right up to you, facing you, sniffing. You might not be able to get a shot off if you're using a bow, because you still got to draw back and everything. Just keep that in mind. And until next time, take care and God bless.